What's most important to you? Practicality, reliability, or go anywhere capability? Well, you can have all three with the Toyota RAV4, so let's start off with the practicality. There's absolutely loads of room here in the back, and because the front seats are jacked up, you can put your feet underneath them to stretch out. Despite being a 4x4, there's hardly any transmission tunnel, so even if you get the middle seat, there's somewhere to place your feet. The seats themselves, you can recline them, look, to get nice and comfortable. There we go. And they also slide forward to increase the already massive boot space, or backwards for more leg room. Plus, if you watch this, you'll see that you can fold them down dead easy, and when you do, they lie completely flat, which is handy when carrying large loads. There's plenty of practicality here in the front of the RAV4 as well. It's very spacious, and there's lots of useful cubbies dotted around the cabin, as this quick checklist will show you now. Well, that's practicality dealt with, so let's move on to reliability. Actually, there's not really much to say here because being a Toyota, it's very unlikely the RAV4 is ever going to break down. However, if it does, there is the peace of mind of a 5-year warranty. However, I do want to talk about equipment because it's very generous. For instance, all cars get air conditioning, automatic windscreen wipers and fold-away mirrors. And there's lots of safety kit as well. For instance, there's 9 airbags in here, including one for the driver's knee. Plus, of course, ESP anti-skid control to prevent an accident in the first place. Finally, we come to the RAV4's Go Anywhere capability. Even the 2-wheel drive model could cope with this piddly bit of off-roading. However, all-wheel drive versions are proper rugged and come with a differential lock to stop you getting stuck. What's more, they also feature an automatic gearbox as standard. The auto box also helps in town because it takes a strain out of chugging along in stop-start traffic, while the high seating position gives you a good view over other vehicles. And then there's the jacked-up suspension, because if you need to make a U-turn in a tight space, it doesn't matter if you go over the curb. You won't damage your car. Actually, you probably shouldn't do that. However, get out onto the open road and the RAV4's failings start to become evident. For instance, the suspension, it's a little bit on the firm side. You probably noticed that in a little bit of shaky camera work there. Because the ride, it's a bit jiggly and bouncy. It can be a bit of a noisy car as well. You get quite a bit of tyre roar, and if you rev the engine, well, listen to that. It's quite a gruff diesel, isn't it? And then there's the interior plastics, because they're all hard and brittle. I mean, granted, it'll probably never fall apart, but you probably wouldn't care if it did. I mean, come on, Toyota, you really need to sort out your interiors. Finally, there's the tailgate, because instead of a hatch, you get a big, stupid door. I mean, look, it's almost as long as a smart car. That's going to be really problematic to open in tight spaces. However, other than this, the RAV4 is a very practical car, and like I said earlier, it's also very reliable and capable as well.